everyone, I'm Stéphanie Toulemonde. I'm a fertility coach specialized in accompanying women in couple emotionally through their fertility process in order to help them live this period of life in a more serene and positive way. So today I'm here to talk about the Christmas period and how to emotionally prepare to this complicated moment when we are undergoing fertility treatment. So I'm going to try to answer all the questions that we have received, and I hope that these answers will help you throughout the process. So the first question we had was how to stay positive during the holidays when we are dealing with infertility. The first thing that I would like to tell you all is that it's okay not to be positive all the time. It's okay to be sad, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be afraid, it's okay to be impatient, it's okay to have these more negative and unpleasant emotions, and don't put too much pressure on yourself to be always positive. Okay, so that's the first thing. I think it's very important to accept all the emotions that you are feeling. Okay? Now, how to positively live the Christmas period is another question. So to do that, I think that it's very important to take some perspective and try to value everything that you do have and not focus too much on the things that you don't have, which is the baby. Okay, so really try to value what you have, whether it's a good relationship with your partner, friends, your physical environment, your work, your hobbies, everything that is not the baby project, okay, but that you can value positively. And I think that it's a good moment now at the end of the year to try to identify all the positive things that happened during the year. So that's a way of focusing on the positive. You have to know that it's not easy, it's not natural. The human brain has a tendency to focus on negative emotions or negative things or threatening things. So focusing on the positive is not easy, it's not natural, but it does help a lot when we go through these processes. So really value your life, value what you have, be conscious of everything that you have, and keep making projects. This is also very important, okay? Having projects for next year, which are not the baby project, okay? But try to project on something positive, something constructive. So I think that it's very interesting and important when we are in fertility processes to keep making these projects, personal or professional, okay? And maybe a last thing would be to surround yourself with positive people, empathetic people who understand you. And that brings me to the other questions that we have received. The second one was how to handle the when are you having kids question. The Christmas period is complicated because we have a lot of family gatherings with people we don't necessarily see every day during the year, okay? And this kind of question will happen. Maybe not, but it's very probable that it happens. Okay, so I think that the best thing is to prepare yourself for that and to prepare an answer. Okay, so whatever answer is working for you, you can be very honest. You can say, look, it's a sensitive subject and I'd rather not talk about it. Or you can say, we're trying, but it's hard. So it's a subject that I'd rather not talk about. You can say it's none of your business. It's really important that you protect yourself. no, in these moments. You can be honest without entering into details. Also, you can say, yes, we're trying and it's hard, but I don't want to enter in details. I don't want to talk about it because it's I want to focus on something positive for Christmas. You can be very, very honest, no. And another thing that I wanted to give you another advice is that maybe you can ask for help. That is to say, in these family gatherings, maybe you can have one person. It can be your sister, it can be a cousin, it can be your partner, it can be a friend who knows about your situation, who knows about what you're living through, and who can save you by changing the conversation or asking you to help in the kitchen or these kind of things. Okay, so these are ways of dealing with this kind of comments, which is a little bit similar to the next questions, which is, do you have any tips for dealing with triggering comments? Like, we want to have grandchildren coming from your parents, or we weren't even planning it and we got pregnant from another couple. So how to deal with that and how to stay calm when we receive these kind of comments. So again, prepare yourself, prepare a typical answer that you can say without even thinking about it, so that you don't focus on it too much, okay? And one thing that is important also is to think that even though these comments may be awkward or I don't know how to say it, but they usually come from a good intention. So the intention is not to harm you or to hurt you or to put you in an uncomfortable situation, but very often people with a good intention do clumsy things because they don't know how to react, they don't know what to say, but always remember that it doesn't come from a bad intention. It comes usually from a good intention or just an intention of small talk. So whatever the intention behind, again, protect yourself from this. Don't take it seriously and prepare an answer that you can say automatically. Okay? Another thing that can help you also, because I had the question also how to stay calm around pregnant relatives or relatives with kids. I think that in these kind of gatherings, it can also help you at some point, if you feel that the pressure is coming up, to isolate yourself in the bathroom or in another room, and to do breathing exercises in order to calm down. No? If you focus on the rhythm of your breathing, and you try to make it as deep and slow as possible, and maybe trying to focus on breathing in for 5 seconds and breathing out for 5 seconds, and again in for 5 seconds and out for 5 seconds. You can do that during 2 or 3 minutes, and it really helps to lower the heart rate and the stress. So this is also a little thing that you can do if you feel that things are going up and that you need to isolate yourself and do this. And if you need to leave a family gathering because it's too hard, I would say that you should allow yourself to do it. You don't need to stay so long. I think it's important also to be selfish in these kind of moments and to protect yourself. So again, if a family gathering is too hard for you, either you don't go and find an excuse, or if you are there, you can leave saying you're tired or inventing any excuse to leave. Another question was, do you have tips for setting boundaries during family events? Yes, it's very important to set boundaries in general, during family events even more, but in general it's important to set boundaries. So I would say that the first thing that you need to think about is, what do you expect from others? What do you expect from your parents? What do you expect from your brothers or sisters or cousins? Do you expect them to not ask you questions? Do you expect them to support you? Do you expect them to find the right words, or on the contrary, do you expect them to just be here without saying anything, but be present in case you need them? And do you expect them to get you out and change your ideas, change your mind? So it's important to think about what you need from people and what you expect from them. And then it's important that you verbalize it. So I think that a good example, a good exercise could be to write things down. Because again, people usually have clumsy comments because they don't know how to react, because they are not informed and educated about this subject of infertility. So I think it's important to tell them how you feel and what you expect from them, what would be useful from them in order to set boundaries. So you could perfectly explain it to them by preparing yourself first, and you can write them. You can write a letter which is not to someone in particular, but to anyone around you, explaining with the details that you want, what you are going through, and why some kind of comments can hurt you, and what kind of comments would, on the contrary, help you and support you. So I think that being conscious of what you need from the others and verbalize it either orally or through a letter, I think it's a very good start, no, to set boundaries. Once you have verbalized what you're asking from people, you can more easily tell them if they don't do what you want or if they're not helping, okay? Another question was, we are feeling lonely because it's yet another Christmas of us alone. What can we do? I think I answered in the first question, but it's very important that you value your life, that you are conscious of it. So maybe do this reflection, maybe as a couple or maybe just individually, of going back to the last month, last years, and try to see the positive aspects of your life and everything in your life that you value and that you love. And keep making projects. Keeping making projects is very important, to have the sensation of going forward, if not with the baby project, at least with someone else. I think it's very important now to reconnect with this sensation of evolving and going forward. So I would say that. Another question, is it okay not to attend all family gatherings in our situation? Yes, and this is very important. I think that sometimes, and especially in these kind of situations, it's okay to not be selfish, because I don't think it's selfish, but to put yourself as a priority, okay? To protect yourself, because in the end, you are going through something which is complicated, which is emotionally challenging, and it's important that you feel as good as possible, okay? You are the thing that most matters right now, and it's totally okay not to attend family gatherings. Now, I don't know about your personal family situation. Maybe some people will take it negatively, but I think that if you believe that this is too much for you, you can totally invent an excuse, or make up an excuse, or say a minimum information of, we are going through a hard time and it's hurting too much to do these family gatherings with babies and kids around us. I think it's something that anyone can hear, and I think that it's something that is brave for you to say, and it's important to protect yourself. So yes, I would say it's totally okay not to attend all family gatherings in your situation, and again, it's totally okay also if you are in a family gathering and it is too complicated to just go, okay, to protect yourself. This is very important. Should I open up and discuss our fertility struggles with members of my family? I would say that a little bit like I just said before, no? Open up only on what you want, and you can be selfish in that case and really think about you first. So what will you gain by telling them? What do you expect from them if you tell them? Again, do you expect support? Do you expect respect? Do you expect them to make you laugh and forget about your problems? But really think about this, no? What will you gain and what do you expect from them? If you think that they can give you what you accept, then what you expect, then maybe it's a good idea to open up, because I think that these are very lonely processes, and it's important to have some resource people, support system to help you through this. So if you think that the family or friends can really give you what you need and what you expect from them, then I think it's a good idea to tell it. If you don't think they can, for a number of reasons, and sometimes they are too much emotionally involved, if it's your family, to actually really support you in the way that you need, then don't tell them, okay? Or tell them the minimum information in order not to have questions, for example, but really protect yourself again. So define what you need from them, what you expect from them, if they can give it to you, and how much information you want to give. Okay, so I think that is all the questions that we have received. There was a last one, which was how to handle unsolicited advice during the holidays. Like, you should try, it worked for us. I think it's the same thing as the comments of family, no? I think prepare yourself to this kind of things. We have all received the same comments when all the people who are trying to conceive a baby all receive these kind of comments, questions. So I think it's important to just prepare a ready answer, no? Something very simple, something that you can reply automatically without being overwhelmed by the emotion. Okay, so I hope all this helped you, and I wish you a very happy Christmas, and especially a very joyful New Year. Thank you.